Hi, this is Taapsee and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.
अनुराग कश्यप ने भी रिसेंटली कहा है कि दैट तापसी मुंबई आई थी मेरे ख्याल से भंसाली या यशराज की फिल्में करने के लिए और वो गलती से वो थोड़ा सा डार्क और थ्रिलर टाइप की मूवीज़ में चली गई हैं। इस वक्त अगर आप उनको देखें तो ऐसा लगेगा कि हम लोग जब तक जान या चांदनी टाइप की फिल्म के लिए प्रमोशन करने वाले हैं, बट फिल्म का नाम है गेम ओवर। बहुत बहुत स्वागत आपका बॉलीवुड हंगामा पे।
Thank you, Harizu.
और आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? दिस इज क्वाइट अ डाइकोटमी एक्चुअली।
It is.
You came for something and you're doing something else.
It is in Anurag Kashyap's head only. First of all, तो मैं मुंबई ऐसा कोई प्लान करके हीरोइन बनने ही नहीं आई थी. It was only like that. My route was only via south, and it was not like to become a big heroine of any particular camp. It was just to do the film that I want to do, be it this, and I'm actually an audience to those films and this film as well. So कोई ऐसा सोचा नहीं था. Just because I end up doing this and I keep saying I'm a very happy-go-lucky person in real life, तो he says कि हाँ तेरे को करना कुछ और है, but तू कर कुछ और रही है types. तो the thing is I can only choose from what I get. Some people, like directors, feel that it is good to keep me in these kind of terrible situations and then put this camera on me and I make for a good subject who is like terrified and troubled. तो उनको मज़ा आता है मेरे को ऐसे फिल्म करने में, तो I guess इसलिए यही होता जा रहा है.
अब जैसे इस वक्त आप देखने में इतने आप खूबसूरत लग रही हैं, लेकिन फिल्म में
यार ऐसे मैं बोल रहा यार
65% apparently जो आपका रोल है that is you are on a wheelchair.
या
तो आपको डर नहीं लगता कि यार मतलब
यार वो देख के डर लगा था कि रियल में होना पड़ा तो क्या होगा. Because I've never had fracture in my life. I've never been in a wheelchair. So it was scary to see myself so helpless in most of the film. That was scary. But apart from that, I think the bigger the trouble or bigger the restrictions, the better the story becomes, because then it's even more exciting to see how this person is going to tackle the situation. I guess वो एक स्टोरी की एक्साइटमेंट बढ़ जाती है. वो तो सबके लिए अच्छा है. मेरे लिए तो जो ट्रबल था वो हो गया खत्म.
प्रोमो देखने के बाद एहसास होता है कि क्यों आपको कहा जा रहा है कि ये एक बहुत ही कमाल की एक्ट्रेस हैं और जो अपने को जिस तरीके से पूरा इन्वेस्ट कर देती हैं इमोशनली. आई थिंक मेरे ख्याल से इमोशनली इन्वेस्ट कर पाना बहुत मुश्किल है.
हाँ,
बिकॉज उतना घुस जाना, जिस तरीके से आपके जो सारा बॉडी लैंग्वेज है, जो एक्सप्रेशंस देखने में आ रहे हैं
जी, वो थोड़ा
गैर
सा
मामूली लगता है.
हाँ टायरिंग होता है मेंटली. तो उसके लिए मतलब अब तो इतने अलग अलग तरह से मैं अपने दिमाग को निचोड़ चुकी हूँ कि नाउ माई ब्रेन हैज स्टार्टेड प्रॉब्ली गेटिंग यूज्ड टू इट. बट ऑल्सो द फैक्ट दैट I actually feel as the mental fabric of an actor changes with every film, and this film also would have changed it, which I probably will not know outright कि ये change हुआ है कि नहीं, but I know something would have changed because you're forcing certain emotions in yourself which are not real, which is not really coming organically or naturally from you. You're forcing them the other way around. So obviously the body will change a lot of things in you, I feel. So that must be happening with every film of mine, I feel. But just that's why I say actors are probably not the 100% normal, sane people. हम थोड़ा से ऑफ होते ही हैं सारे के सारे. So I guess it's because of these kind of stuff that we keep doing.
गेम ओवर से तापसी is going to the league of रजनीकांत and
अरे
the biggies. तमिल में प्रोमो लॉन्च हो रहा है, तेलुगु में प्रोमो लॉन्च हो रहा है, हिंदी में प्रोमो लॉन्च हो रहा है साइमल्टेनियसली. पिक्चर के तीनों
रादर ये सोचो कि उन्होंने एक वो एक सस्ते में निपटा दिया.
राणा दगुबत्ती लॉन्च कर रहे हैं तेलुगु में, धनुष लॉन्च कर रहे हैं तमिल में.
अरे दैट वाज रियली नाइस ऑफ देम यार.
नहीं, ये बात है, ये भी एक.
अरे मतलब दिस इज आई से आई एम वेरी लकी कि आई हैव प्रेजेंस इन दीज लैंग्वेजेस. आई हैव ऑलवेज बीन थैंकफुल फॉर दैट, एंड दैट्स अ रीजन आई मेक श्योर आई डू a South film every year, even though when I started working in Hindi, a lot of people told me that why do you want to continue there, because the actresses don't really continue doing South films once they start working in Hindi, or it's going fine, or they go back only when things are not that good in Hindi for them. But if it's working for you here, why do you want to do that? And I was like, why will I not? Because if I have people there who like me, who still want to see me, and I'm getting good stuff to do, and I started off there, there is no more a reason कि मेरे को लैंग्वेज नहीं आती, कि मेरे को कुछ और कल्चरली समझ में नहीं आता, तो वो तो नहीं है, क्योंकि बिकॉज आई स्टार्टेड देयर एंड वर्क देयर फॉर सो मेनी इयर्स. सो आई हैव नो रीजन टू गिव अप साउथ.
You know, personally, I feel that this movie is surely going to work down south, because I believe their approach to cinema is much different from what it is maybe in Hindi film.
You know, honestly, I hear this the same thing I hear in South about Hindi. This, me and Ashwin, the director of the film, we keep discussing that grass is always greener on the other side. So when I speak to them, they say, oh, you know, you're doing such interesting stuff in Hindi. Like, you know, things, be it Badla or be it, you know, the Pink for that matter, or be it even when I did Baby or Naam Shabana for an actress to do that. They're like, you know, we don't see that in South. You get to do some really cool stuff in Hindi. And when I come here, they say, you get to do really some interesting films, but you only watch certain selected films. When you're in here, you only watch selective films from South. When you're from South, you only watch selective films from Hindi. You're only seeing because they get recommended and because they are good. So you feel it's they're making better stuff, but it's not like that. It's almost the same because I've been in both the industries, or all three rather. I know all kinds of films are getting made in all three languages. So it's not like कि यहाँ पे नहीं है उतनी जितनी वहाँ पे concept driven फिल्में बनती हैं. In fact, if you see, honestly, if today it's been like close to now 24 hours since the time the trailer has released, the highest views have been clocked by the Hindi trailer. So
obviously it's trending on YouTube as well, and obviously the reach is much more. Why I'm saying it is that what we are seeing, a very interesting sort of trend down south, is they have a lot of acceptance for psychological dramas.
Yeah.
They have understanding of VFX, maybe I think a bit more than what it is in Hindi cinema.
I tell you what
I'm saying from that perspective.
I think they are movie obsessed and movie lovers.
They're movie obsessed, yeah.
So regardless of how big or small your movie is, they will give you one chance. So they are that. In Hindi, I feel we have to literally like force feed them and say that our film is coming and this is the date. Keep reminding them for like weeks and weeks. That's why we have promotions here for over a month, and there they only do it for a week or 10 days max. They don't even, week is like lot of promotions there.
Down south.
So yeah, because their people are, this is like a part of their culture.
Fan driven as well.
Yeah.
Fan clubs.
They love films. Of course, they love their stars, but they love films. So they really look forward to any film that's coming and give it a fair shot by watching the trailer and then come and watch the film.
Many a times what we hear in the Hindi film industry, I've seen it certain Marathi filmmakers, they make national award winning films in Marathi, but when they try to go in for Hindi films, so then they have that वो बिहार की भी audience का ध्यान रखना है और वो झारखंड की audience का भी ध्यान रखना है और यूपी की audience का ध्यान रखना है, ये एक item song डाल देते हैं, ये एक scene डाल देते हैं, so they tend to, in terms of making a thali, they end up maybe just losing their
because it's also
basic,
this probably came up during this
ideas.
also, because Ashwin was like, if I make it straight up in Hindi, like a Hindi film, I'll have to change a lot of things, probably in terms of the, you know, the actors who do the character roles also, the kind of relationship that's between the characters, to kind of geographically how the houses and exteriors are. He was like, I will have to change and rewrite everything if I make it in a different language. So he wanted to make sure that he's honest to the languages he's making the film in. That's why I ended up dubbing the film in Hindi.
This entire obsession that has been there with gaming of late.
Yeah.
One boy, a 16-year-old boy, died because he was playing for 6 hours, and so it is scary. So how do you look at this fascination for gaming and overkill?
It is anything excess of anything is bad. You know, so be it gaming, be it anything. You know, there have been so many incidents with gaming. There have been so many these addicts that, you know, they end up giving. Their life is taken away in their addiction. And addiction doesn't mean only drugs. Addiction is this as well.
Definitely.
So yeah, so the excess of anything is bad. So in this film, for that matter, when people seeing the trailer, of course they are trying to interpret different things. Okay, ye story hogi, wo story hogi, but actually it's not about. Let me be very clear, people are thinking कि इतनी addict होगी कि इसके जो video game के characters हैं coming alive. That is not happening. That is too obvious an interpretation of a film like this, and इतना obvious करते तो फिर फायदा ही क्या picture बनाने का. So it's something that's going to blow your mind away. Nothing of whatever you're interpreting out of the trailer is going to be there in the film, because, and that's the reason why I said yes to the film, because I couldn't imagine what's going to happen next in the film. It was a concept that I never saw before. So it's none of those interpretations are true, whatever people are thinking right now.
It was a wonderful performance. You're playing this negative lead, and there's an element of vulnerability, there's an element of ruthlessness, there's this element of being a very staunch businesswoman. How do you end up playing such strong and different characters? Because I'm sure that many conventional actresses, they'll think twice that this is like a negative and she's cheating and she's justifying and she's murdering and all that stuff.
Being bad is the new black. Let's just say that. Because it's exciting. See, whatever gives me more layers to play with. Because it's very convenient and comfortable to play a single tone character. It's probably for an actor. It's a candy. This Naina Sethi's character was a candy. I could show whichever shade I want at different times. So that, as for an actor, it's like run and catch it kind of a role for an actor. If you're going to be thinking like a star, your image and this and that, then maybe you'll think twice. But the love I got for playing Naina Sethi, I for a second also I still don't feel that I did a negative role, because people just loved me so much. And they're still coming and telling me that they loved the character so much, just because it was so interesting to see this girl do all this mind play. So yeah, I mean, I think whatever I thought, actually much beyond that happened for this role.
जिस तरीके से आज तापसी देख रही हैं, तो जो सारे जो डायरेक्टर्स जो इनको चश्मे बदूर और जुड़वा के मोड में देखना चाहते हैं, वो I think they'll be very happy today. So
yeah, I hope I
you would want to
like
attract
that.
them as well, I'm sure, right?
You see, obviously
You
I
have
want
an
to do.
understanding of that commercial cinema as well.
Yeah, because I started my career doing all these films in South, and then here, my audience down South kind of takes a little while to understand what really happened to her when she came to Hindi. And when my Hindi audience probably see me doing those films, or when they get telecasted on television here, my South films, they feel that's strange, because they don't understand which Taapsee is this. So it's quite a mismatch, I know, which people saw a little bit in Judwa too. I would love to do these typical pot boilers, but yeah, I mean, I should get something to do which I haven't done before. When Judwa 2 came my way, I had not done that before in Hindi. So it was new for me. I would love to do another out and out commercial pot boiler when I'll have something different to do again in a commercial pot boiler. I think today the definition of commercial film has totally changed. Whatever makes money is commercial, and whatever is going to keep you glued to the screen for 2 hours is commercial. So basically, I am all for it. I should just get something interesting to do.
So this is your opportunity, Taapsee ji. If you can please give a message to all the Rohit Shetties and David Dhawans and Sajid Samjis of the world.
No, they do. I mean, I've been in touch with Farhad, David sir. I've met Rohit sir very briefly. I'm sure if there's something that they feel I'm good for, they'll offer me. But I know there are so many other actresses who are brilliant in doing these parts in particular, these typical, these commercial pot boiler films, heroines, and they're really good at doing it. They probably, there should be a director who wants to change it and make someone else who's not the obvious conventional fit for it do it, which David sir did. If someone will do that.
हम जानते हैं कि तापसी ट्विटर की बाहुबली हैं. अब वो अनुराग कश्यप और वो उनके गुरु हैं ट्विटर के ट्रोलिंग के लेवल पे. अब कैसे, मतलब do you find it fascinating that यार मुझे लगता था मैं ही मतलब पंगे लेती हूँ, ये बंदा तो ऐसे पंगे लेता है.
It was funny and strange, because I remember when I was having some kind of argument, not argument, because I don't really do arguments on Twitter. I just reply and leave it. When I have some funny answer to someone, I just do that and I leave it there. So I remember during one of those times, I tweeted to someone, and then I got a message from Kashyap saying, don't entertain these people and something of that sort. And now look at him. I mean, not now, he's been doing that also. So I think we both are sailing in the same boat. I think that's the reason why we connect. We just want to say whatever we feel like at that point. When we are hurt, we are hurt. I can't fake it and say, oh, it's all okay. When we are happy with something, we don't care. We genuinely don't care. And when it comes to family, of course, then you're hitting below the belt. So I have no judgment of what he's doing. It's right or it's wrong. He felt it's right. That's enough for him to do, and I'm nobody to judge that. I don't know. Maybe I would have done that too if it was my family.
Right. I think the way he explained the other day, I think was wonderful. Talking about Sand Ki Aankh, looking forward to that. It's I'm sure that another very interesting subject.
Yeah, that is
You're playing like a 80 plus.
No, actually not 80 plus. They are now 88, but when they started shooting, they were 60 plus.
60
so
plus.
We are showing their life from the time they started shooting.
60 plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that also is quite a thing to see yourself in the mirror every day, looking like more than double your age, and yeah, that was quite strange. We got used to it after some time. 50 days of doing that, and film is over. I always say it's the most challenging role of my career. I haven't done something more challenging than this till now.
Right.
And I really don't know if I've done good or no. You'll tell me that when you see the film or the trailer or whatever. But as an actor, it was a dream to do that kind of a role. But as Taapsee, I'm very scared because I have taken a big risk with that one. But yeah, it's my gut feeling. Let's see.
Apparently, there's some criticism of makeup of you and.
I think the criticism, we'll accept it if they feel the same when they watch the teaser, the trailer. Because judging by one picture, it will not be really fair to all the hard work. When there are so many credible names attached to a film, and when they have taken this big risk of taking younger actresses to play that role, I think makeup will be the first thing we'll all be very sure of. Only then we'll move into the film with the multiple look tests that we had for the film. I think that will be pretty stupid of these kind of names involved in it to go ahead with bad makeup. I think let's wait for the teaser, the trailer, and then let's judge it.
I think VFX. I think that there will be some element of VFX as well.
Yeah, to an extent, yes, to make sure it looks flawless. But I think when we were shooting itself, it was believable enough because I had people walking around and they were asking who's shooting, and they were told it's Taapsee, and they refused to believe. They're like, no, that's some old woman sitting here fooling us. There were so many instances like that in Meerut, in Delhi. People refuse to believe it's me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And Mission Mangal, another, I think, a very interesting project which is coming up this year.
That's happening on 15th of August. That's one film that I did first because of the fact that it's real, that project actually happened that way we are showing.
Right.
Second, because I get to share screen space with such good actresses and Akshay sir again, of course, but such brilliant casting in that film. I was so excited to share screen space with all the ladies. I mean, that was another big reason for me to do the film.
So what exactly are you doing in the film?
I'm a scientist, like the others in the film, and all of us have one department to handle, and we come together to make this mission successful.
And ideal time, since it's a 15th August release, so that will be like an ideal time?
I think as an Indian, you want to probably, the feeling of watching something that makes you feel proud to be an Indian happens a lot during those national holidays, I feel, and especially Independence Day. So I think it's a good time. Anytime actually you would have released that film, it would have been good. But that particular day becomes a good holiday to release the film, I believe. So that's why it becomes a good day to release it.
You've really appreciated the promo of Article 15, your director Anurag Sinha, and you've called Ayushmann Khurrana Chip or something?
Crisp Chip.
Crisp Chip.
Yes.
Which is pretty interesting. And so it's a very topical subject, and we've seen a doctor in Mumbai recently. She committed suicide because of the trolling, because of her caste.
There's so many cases, yeah.
Yes.
There's so many cases. I've read the script also of the film, so I know.
Right. So do you find that in today's day and age, such things still are taking place?
Of course it is. Of course it is. We did touch upon a lot of things during Mulk as well. This is another step in that direction where we want to address what is really happening on ground, and just bring it to the forefront and let people then decide what do they want to believe. I really feel Anubhav sir is in his full elements now,
right.
and I really am looking forward to see the film because I've read the script.
Acha, you have,
yeah.
And I think the line is very catchy, that Indians firstly and lastly.
Yeah, we are so proud to be Indians today. We are so patriotic, patriotism, nationalist. Let's be Indians then.
Rather than just...
Yeah, I mean, today we are talking about that, right? To be Indians, let's be Indians. There's nothing else, patriotism or nationalism is all about being Indian. Then let's be Indian in true sense.
Taapsee, after this intense discussion, let's end it on a
lighter note. Rapid fire, yes.
Ji.
Come on, let's do this.
So, rapid fire with Taapsee. What comes to your mind when you hear game over, apart from your film?
It's a very sad thing to see game over because you feel, oh, I've lost all my lives. It's like, you've lost that kind of bad feeling.
Biggest challenge while doing game over?
To be in wheelchair for like 25 days and with that leg cast for 12 hours every day was very
Must have been
difficult.
tough. Taapsee Pannu's biggest fear.
To lose my family members, that's the biggest and only fear I have.
What's the craziest or most out of character thing you've ever done?
To play 60-year-old,
Insaan kya?
yeah.
What is the most difficult challenge that you've faced in your life so far?
To be an actor. I never wanted to be one. I never thought I could be. I've never taken part in even a play or a drama, and to strip myself totally off my inhibitions in front of the camera, I never thought I could do it. It's been going fine, so I think I've overcome that.
What is the last experience that made you a stronger person?
When my grandmother is extremely sick, bedridden, to see her like that is something that it's coming, but it's a big blow when you see it in
I'm
real.
sure. I'm sure. Okay, ye ya wo, either or if you have to choose one, what's harder, to propose to someone or to reject a proposal?
To reject a proposal is harder.
That's harder. Okay. The better actor, Vicky Kaushal or Kartik Aaryan?
Vicky.
3 back-to-back hits in a year, or 1 all-time blockbuster a year?
No, I want consistent hits. If I
Consistent.
don't get one, I'll be thrown out of the industry, I feel.
Imtiaz Ali's love stories or Karan Johar's love stories?
Love stories, I'll choose Imtiaz's, yeah.
SRK's romance or Salman's action?
I'm not a huge action fan, though I do a lot of it, but I don't watch many action films, so then
SRK's romance,
yeah.
okay. Better film according to you, Pink or Badla?
The one that's coming next, always.
The one that's coming next. Suspense, thriller, your romantic comedy, your favorite genre as an
To
audience? As an audience.
Comedies.
Late night movie or a night out with friends?
I am not a night person. I want to sleep by 10 o'clock. I'll watch movies at 7 a.m. okay, but I can't stay up after 10 o'clock. It's difficult for me to stay up.
Chicken curry or mutton curry?
Chicken curry. Mutton curry only if it's in Delhi or Lucknow.
Quick replies in one word, please. Your most favorite horror thriller in Bollywood?
I don't watch horror films. It's scary. I get really scared. I'm scared of ghosts and I believe in them.
Who's the hottest guy in our industry right now?
Ritik, Ranbir, they're all hot.
An app that you don't like but use anyways.
WhatsApp.
What product would you seriously stockpile if you found out they were not going to sell it anymore?
Oh God, this is a very tough question. Which product? I think I'll pile a lot of sneakers.
Sneakers. You feel that if sneakers,
They're just stopping sneakers for good. I'll pile a lot of them because I travel, I wear them a lot for my comfort. That. Other things, I don't know. There's so many, but I just came to my head.
Sneakers. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. All right, so Taapsee, as always, wonderful talking to you. And
Thank you very much.
looking forward to Game Over. I'm sure that it's going to be
You
very
did do the
interesting.
audience's question round this time.
You know, but I need time for them.
Oh
I
God,
need
okay,
some
chalo, next time
for them. Yeah, so
next time you come with that.
Yeah, because there are loads of them, so it's better that we have proper time and do it
Okay,
accordingly.
okay.
We'll do it for sure. All right, so thank you so much and all the best wishes.
Thank
and
you,
lovely talking
thank
to you.
you.
Thank you very much. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi, this is Taapsee and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.